Okay. Hi, I'm Vikram Singh from Andy's Market, and today we have Steve. Steve from Honeymaker?
Honeymaker from Mead Works, yeah.
Okay. Steve, tell us about yourself and tell us about your product. Looks very good, actually.
Yeah, so basically I've been in the sales industry for a while, was down in Rhode Island for many years. Now I'm representing these guys. Great new company, started in 2008 out of Portland, Maine. We're using all local Maine ingredients, and it's a very different style of mead. Most meads tend to be on the sweeter side.
Steve, can I interrupt you right there?
Of course,
because I don't even know what mead is. You know, I've heard about it, I've read books, but
sure.
I don't know. I mean,
so basically, mead is the oldest alcoholic beverage known to man. Dates back centuries and centuries ago. And essentially it is a wine made out of honey rather than grapes. So we ferment honey with water and yeast. Very simple process, and what we come out with is a style much more similar to a wine and less like a beer in certain respects, but certainly drinks for any kind of crowd.
Okay. So it's a distinct, just like beer is its own distinct drink, you know, wine its own style, spirits. So mead is its own category.
Exactly, mead's its own category, and it's kind of fun and neat and different because it seems to fall in all categories to some extent. So it's great on its own as a cocktail wine. We do a sparkling in a draft form that you can get at restaurants that kind of is more of a beer style. It's mixable in cocktails, so it's good with the spirit people, and so yeah, it kind of hits every point.
Okay. So what are the key ingredients in mead?
Very simple, similar to beer in its simplicity. Basically, honey, water, yeast. So what we do with some of our meads that involve flavors or fruits is we start with a primary fermentation process, which is just the honey, water, and yeast. Then we'll do a secondary fermentation process, which will involve such things as apples, blueberries, or lavender flowers. So, and then it basically ages for a brief period in oak barrels, and then it's ready to go. Our process uses a constant filtration system. So basically, we have something similar to a Solera technique that they use in Spain to make sherry. So it's constantly running through, constantly making the product and just adding to it. So it's kind of like a living organism in our fermentation tanks. Right. So it's definitely a very unique process that we use, but it enables us to get a very clean product. We're able to get a lot of impurities out, so it's a drier style, really delicious. And really focuses on the flavor of the honey without being super sweet.
Okay. So you mentioned delicious. So let's see what it tastes like.
Absolutely. Well, we'll give you a little taste of our apple here.
Okay.
So this is our apple sizer.
Apple sizer?
Sizer is just a style of mead. So essentially, what this is we take apples. They are pressed, so we get the free-run juice, and then they're added to the secondary fermentation process, which basically keeps it a mead and doesn't make it a fruit wine. Okay. And yeah, I mean, I think you'll find that you get a lot of crisp acidity out of it. The apple flavors are nice and bright, and the honey adds a really nice base and kind of sits back there and just makes for a really enjoyable drink.
Okay. And is that standard to add additives as far as because honey, water, and yeast are the three main ingredients?
Yeah, it is.
You can add anything you want, or is there any regulations?
Yeah, no regulations, and interestingly enough, mead is actually one of those things that people play with in all kinds of ways. So anything made with apple specifically is called a sizer. Then there's a whole branch with any other fruit but apples called a melomel. So yeah, so it's just a lot of different types and styles. So it's interesting, and that's why a lot of home brewers will gravitate towards this, because it's something that you can play with. It's easy to do at home. At home, it takes a little bit longer to age to get it out, but yeah, so it's really neat. It enables us to kind of do a lot of different things and really showcase some of the local fruits and local flowers from New England.
So, do you have a mead which perhaps uses hops as well, or no?
We do, in fact. We have our dry hop. So basically, we call it a dry hop because it does use the dry hopping process similar to beer. So basically, we ferment the honey the way we always do, and then
it's very pale straw, light color.
Yeah, great color. But the beauty of it is we use Cascade and Hightower hops in this, so you get a really nice bright aroma, very similar to most American IPAs, and you'll get the flavor of a beer as well. The beauty of this is it's gluten-free. It's got a little of that sweetness shining through in the honey, but more and more I'm encountering people who love beer but they can't drink it because they're gluten allergies. So I think this is a great alternative, and it's a nice bridge between beer drinkers and mead drinkers. So
yeah, and also perhaps wine.
Absolutely,
it's kind of right in the middle.
Yep, it sits on all borders.
And it's not too hoppy, but you can there's a hint of hops, and it's slightly bitter, but not overly so.
Exactly.
It's excellent. It's very easy to drink. So that's awesome. You know, so you have 6 different meads, or do you have more?
We do have a few more. We have our fall seasonal, which is a cranberry. We also have a summer seasonal, which is strawberry. We also have a winter that's going to be coming out soon, which is actually a maple. So yeah, we basically we use what's fresh and what's coming to us, around those times of the year. And our apple that we tasted first is actually one of our fall seasonals. And the interesting thing about this product is, although we have things that are seasonals, it doesn't go bad. Honey never spoils. It's the only food item that doesn't spoil. So it doesn't go bad in the bottle, and even better, once open, it doesn't go bad. So it doesn't oxidize. You never lose any of that flavor. So it's great. So for that reason, it's awesome if you just want a glass and you don't want to, aren't having friends over.
Sure.
But and it also makes it nice because some of ours, like our blueberry and our lavender, are really mixable in cocktails. So you can have them open for a while and no issues with spoilage.
Very good. And Steve, what's the ABV or?
12.5% across the board. So we make a really balanced product. Some meads tend to be a little higher, but these are just, I think they're just right. So they're perfect as a cocktail wine, but they go so well with food. They pair really, really well with food.
Well, this was very informative. So I really thank you for that, and
My
we
pleasure.
must have you in for a tasting for our customers,
Absolutely.
and so they can try these fantastic meats.
All right,
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Yep.